Michael Gray is still alive in the new Peaky Blinders movie. Michael Gray is alive? Then who died from Tommy's shot? Is it possible that Castrator-in-chief Jack Nelson and Gina tried to revive him after Tommy Shelby left the scene? The death of Michael was a fulfillment of Polly's prophecy that there will be a war between the two cousins and one of them will die. But not all prophecies are established to be true, right? Or is there a shocking revolution somewhere not yet seen? Will there be a real war in Season 7? Let's get into the movie and find out why the dead man showed up in the new Peaky Blinders movie. Peaky Blinders has been well known for its sudden twists and turns of events to keep the committed viewers with a jaw-dropping reaction. But does that apply to the demise of Michael Gray in Season 6? After watching a season of Peaky Blinders, a significant percentage of viewers will try to predict the outcome of the next season. But like always, they end up with zero luck, as the show creator Stephen Knight is quite unpredictable and he can go to any lengths to prove this. But will his unpredictable nature involve bringing a dead man back to life, or is it a story of a man that refused to die? Yeah, a movie like Birmingham crime drama should be thrilling, but bringing a dead man back to life in a new season could create a mixture of confusion and thrills. Let's paint a scenario, shall we? On a bright and sunny morning, Tommy is fast asleep, and a sudden sound from the clinking of glasses wakes him up. Then he sees a man with a patch on his eye. Eye patch Michael Gray, back from the dead. How far can Stephen Knight go? Let's figure it out. Before we dive into the future, how about we have a glimpse into the past? The role of Michael Gray was played by Finn Cole. He was first mentioned in Season 1, Episode 6, but he made his grand appearance in Season 2, Episode 2. Introduced as the son of Tommy Shelby, he was considered a cousin of the Shelby's brothers due to his relationship with Polly. Michael's pain started from the moment he was taken away from his mother Polly Gray by the police. He was around the age of 5. The most cynical things about his childhood was the fact that he was sexually abused by a priest. Throughout Season 6, you could see him pour out his anger and contempt on priests, specifically at Father Hughes. Michael has been through hell. Could this be the reason why he was kept alive in the new movie? Maybe to allow the man to live at least before he dies eventually. I think Michael's unpalatable childhood attracts a great deal of pity. He doesn't deserve to die, a fan said. Did you know Michael Gray had the highest grade in mathematics? He was also a seasoned student in accountancy. This gave him the edge of transiting from being Tommy's driver to becoming the chief accountant of the Shelby gang. This was shortly after he was introduced to the gang. Michael's job was a massive opportunity. This was one of the reasons why he became comfortable and confident with the role in Season 3. He probably forgot about his unpalatable past. In the grand opening of Season 5, Michael refused to listen to Tommy's advice and ended up losing a huge profit in the Shelby business. However, Tommy Shelby is quite strained from the happenings around him, but it never stopped him from accepting Michael back into the family after the misunderstanding. Same old Tommy. He kept a close watch on Michael and made sure he didn't lose pressure on him. Then the unfortunate happened. Tommy Shelby was wrongly informed that he had 18 months to live. As he deals with news with bitter emotions, his enemies were plotting dangerous moves to take him out of the picture. Yeah, it was a conspiracy. Do you know who joined the bad guys? Michael Gray. How could this happen? Well, once a trusted ally, now a sworn enemy. Michael had previously proposed to restructure the company, but Tommy rejected the proposal. Michael was being difficult and he tried to replace the leader of the Shelby gang. The truth is, fans are divided about what should happen to Michael. Some feels he deserves to die, while others do not. Death is inevitable, but should his life have been snatched from him? Many queried. Michael is such an ungrateful bastard. He deserves to die, another fan said. Tommy could smell a bloody rat in the company shelves, and it was Michael. He punished him by sending him off to America. Wow, that's a rare one. Tommy kills, he doesn't punish. This is clear proof that the family bond was solid, but soon enough it began to wane. Back to the present, Michael and Gina were seen planning to get rid of Tommy Shelby as revenge for Polly's death. Tommy killed Polly? That's not true. Tommy tried to kill Oswald mostly, but Polly got in and was murdered in the process. What's more important here, Polly died or he was killed. Moving on, Tommy caught the whiff of their plan and decided to frame Michael and have him imprisoned. While in prison, he consulted Aunt Polly, who warns him in a vision of the possibility of a war. In the vision, Aunt Polly affirmed that one of them in the gang will die. Michael was troubled by the warning of his mother, but instead of thinking twice about his plans, he went bent on attacking Tommy. Back on the Atlantic island, Tommy and Michael have agreed to a $5 million deal, but Michael prepared to double-cross his cousin by having a bomb planted in his car and leaving the vehicle before it detonates to retrieve his secrets. The well-crafted plan worked for his doom. Only had he known. Tommy had Johnny Docs move the bomb into the rear car, and when it detonated, it took out Michael's entourage: Connor Dunn, Dodd Kelly, Sam Ryan, and Pat. As Tommy sat in Michael's car, Michael was under the impression his master plan had materialized and, under the guise of forgetting his secrets, returned to the bar. Moments later, there was a boom. The bomb exploded and Michael rushed outside believing Tommy had died. Instead, what did poor little Michael see? The shock of his life. Tommy standing alive with a gun directly pointed at him. Suddenly, the table had turned and the killer is about to get killed. A second later, Tommy then shot Michael in the eye, killing him instantly, thereby fulfilling Polly's prophecy. With another enemy down, Tommy faced an old frenemy, Alfie Solomons, in the pub shortly after he killed Michael. Or in the words of a fan, Tommy shooting Michael does not mean Michael is dead, but Michael died, didn't he? But as we found it to be, and with Michael now dead, Alfie was now the top dealer in Boston. In return, Alfie signed over Camden Town to the control of the Peaky Blinders. That said, let's face the real deal. We have a quizzical fact here, and that it is Tommy Shelby shot Michael in the eye and Michael was seen dropping dead. Such a brazen scene. But is Michael Gray's death sealed, considering the prophecy of Aunt Polly? Michael could have avoided death by not becoming a thorn in Tommy's flesh. Was ignorance taking its toll on him? Looks like the war has been long in the making. This was the last time we could see Michael Gray. One eye went through the cranium and the explosions that burst through Shelby's rival. Poor Michael was seen dead flat on the concrete floor in the pool of his blood. They look like real guys. Michael died, right? Fans are left puzzled and struggling with thoughts of what's next. Thanks to the special touch of Stephen Knight, always comes up with something out of the ordinary with his suspense shooting through the roof. About Polly's prophecy, who is the real target? There will be a war in the family and one of you will die. A war, one of you will die? Maybe not Gray. Could Michael have survived, leading to the reason for the impending war in Season 7? Or did he survive to give Tommy a grand exit? However, Season 7 left us with Tommy riding away with a white horse. Does this connote redemption for him in the next season? World War II is fast approaching, and Tommy yet stands as a member of the parliament and would need to eliminate Mosley. Stephen Knight had earlier announced in an interview that Season 7 would be the final outing for Tommy Shelby and the rest of the gang. We believe this will be the best series of all, and I am sure that our amazing fans will love it, Knight said. What do you think is going on in Stephen Knight's mind? He hasn't confirmed the claim of Cillian Murphy trading the role of Tommy Shelby. He also made mention plans on shooting a movie to give it a grand closing for the series. I'm going to write the feature, which will be set in and shot in Birmingham. And that will probably be the sort of the end of the road Peaky Blinders as we know it. The creator of this movie may have leaked this, just to raise the curiosity of the viewers to a climax all-consuming. That's typical of Stephen Knight, you know? We would love to see a leak and tell if our ex-accountant is now a killer accountant. It would burn our eyes out with intensity to see what Knight would pull out here. But the news still making the rounds is that Michael Gray may still be alive and would be ready to cause more havoc. When a man fails to die, he lives to kill. If this twist happens, it will be the greatest of all time. This is going to be so much fun. Let's watch out.